Hi there! Thank you so much for joining me today. This is Julie DiMatteo from thepaperpixie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the US, and in this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this super fun Halloween door hanger. The box on the inside measures 3 inches by 3 inches by 2 inches, so you can fit quite a bit of candy in here. Now, let me show you. I've got 4 of the full-size Reese's peanut butter pumpkins. Those fit perfectly in here. You can also fit other treats, like one of my favorite candy bars, the Reese's Take 5. 4 of those will fit in here really well. It's a really good size door hanger, so you can fit all kinds of treats in there. And how fun to hang this on your neighbor's doorknobs for Halloween. Now I know you can adapt this for so many different holidays. Be great for Christmas, for birthdays, for Valentine's Day. Super fun. So let me show you how easy this is to make. We're going to start with a piece of basic black cardstock that measures 10.5 inches by 8.5 inches. I just took a 1/2 inch off of the 11-inch side. And along the 10.5 inch side, we're going to score this at 1/2 inch, 2.5, 5.5, and 7.5. I'm going to rotate it clockwise, and we're going to score this at 2 inches, and then at 5 inches, but only down to the second horizontal score line. So I'm stopping there. I'm going to rotate it 180 degrees, and we're going to score this at 3.5 inches, stopping at the second horizontal score line. So basically we've scored all the way across except for this large section in the center. That's going to be the back of our door hanger. Next, I'm going to fold and burnish on all the score lines that go all the way across the cardstock. Those score lines that stop, we're just going to use those as cutting guides. Now let me bring in the template here. So it looks like this. I'm going to focus on this left side here. So I'm just going to turn this sideways here. And we're going to go ahead and I'm going to keep this section here. It's the middle section. That's going to be our little side tab. So I'm going to come in and notch on either side of that section. Then I'm going to completely remove this lower left corner rectangle. Next, I'm going to cut up each of these vertical score lines. Again, we're on the bottom now. So cutting up each of these vertical score lines, stopping at that horizontal score line. So stopping at the first horizontal. And then these 2 smaller sections are actually squares. I'm going to come in and notch those. Okay, so we've completed the bottom. Now, we're going to be removing these 2 upper left corner sections and these 2 upper right corner sections completely. If you feel steady with a pair of scissors, you can certainly use a pair of scissors to do that. It is a little bit of a long way to cut, so I just want to show you another way that you can do that. This is the new paper trimmer by Stampin' Up, which is not yet available for customers, but hopefully will be soon. Okay, so what I'm going to do is line up the score line where I want to cut it, and I'm going to cut from the top down, stopping at that horizontal score line. Okay, so I'm just going to use my, this is see-through. There's also a measurement, so we want to come down to 3.5 inches here. It's just going to give us a way to cut in a straight line. Like so. I'm going to go ahead and slide this down. We're going to do the same thing on the other side of that tall section. Cut down to 3.5 inches, or to that horizontal score line. Then I'm going to go ahead and turn this sideways. Again, lining up the score lines in the cutting groove. And we're going to cut down to this score line. We're keeping this center section here. Hopefully you can see that. We're basically letting the trimmer do the work instead of our scissors. It's just going to give us straight lines, and the same thing here. We'll line it up and cut. So we're left with something that looks like this. Let me show you the template again. That's what we've got, okay? So with the trimmer, we just cut straight lines to remove these outside sections. Goes a little bit faster than with a pair of scissors, and your lines will stay straight. Okay, so next, you want to hold on to this large section. We're actually gonna use this as a piece of scrap to punch a circle, so hold on to that. I'm gonna come in with the detailed trio punch here. We're gonna round the corners of this taller section. Okay. So that's rounded. Now, I have got some Monster Bash Designer Series paper. I've got one piece that measures 2 3/4 by 6 1/4. I have two pieces that measure 1 3/4 by 2 3/4. And then I have one piece that measures 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. The rectangle pieces you want to cut in portrait mode, okay? So if you've got a directional pattern, you want to cut those in portrait mode. This one is square, so it really doesn't matter. But your tallest piece, we're gonna round the top corners. So again, bringing in the detailed trio punch here. All right, so now before we put the box together, we're gonna adhere our Designer Series paper. I'm gonna start with the larger one first. So I am on the inside back of this box, okay? That is where we want to adhere this large piece of Designer Series paper. I'm just going to use liquid glue to do that. Now for the remaining 3 pieces, we're going to flip this over and do them on the back side here. So we're going to put the square one here and the 2 portrait ones in these 2 sections. I'm just going to glue those with liquid glue. All right, now bring back your scrap piece of paper and we're going to punch a 2.5 inch circle out of the scrap. We're going to put glue on the back of this, just willy-nilly, doesn't really matter. We're going to use this as a template. So I'm going to place this right here. I'm centering it right to left, and I'm leaving about the same amount of Designer Series paper peeking out from behind that circle. Then we can come back in with our 2 1/4 inch circle punch, and we're going to use that as a template to punch. So that way the circle goes exactly where we want it to. Now, if you wanted to add a little bit of sturdiness to this circle, I've got a couple versions here, one with the circle, one without. I actually like the looks of the circle, and it does give that circle a little bit of extra sturdiness for hanging on a door handle. So to do that, I'm first going to come in and punch a 2.5 inch circle. Then I've got, from our layering circles framelets, a circle that's just slightly larger than that. I'm going to run this through the Big Shot. And then we're left with a circle that looks like that. So I'm going to go ahead and put glue on that. And then we can adhere that around our little punch out here. And now we can start to put the box together. So I like to fold from the second score line on the left. Then I'm going to place liquid glue right along that little 1/2 inch tab. Then I'm going to fold on the first score line from the left. Those should line up right where we want them to. Now I purposely put the seam here on the front of the box so that we could have our Designer Series paper going all the way down the inside without that paper tab getting in our way. Now, on the bottom of the box, you'll see that these tabs overlap slightly, and that's okay. That will actually give this box a little bit of extra sturdiness. But I'm going to put liquid glue on each of those tabs, as well as on this front tab. So this is the front of our box. And now we can fold in the 2 side tabs. Try not to get glue everywhere. Then fold in the back, and of course I got glue on my fingers, then fold in the front. And because we use liquid glue, we can kind of slide that into place and square it up. Then I like to put my glue cap on, come in and press from the inside. So there is the basics of our little door hanger treat box. Now let's do a little bit of decorating. We're going to be using the Spooktacular Bash bundle, so this wonderful stamp set and the ornate frames dies. I'm going to be using this die and this ornate frame die here. We're going to use the sentiment, have a Spooktacular Halloween. I'm going to go ahead and stamp that with Memento Tuxedo Black ink onto Whisper White. Then I'm going to cut this using my Big Shot as well as this out of Basic Black. I'll be right back. How cute is that? I love the little stitching around the sentiment. So I'm just gonna layer that. I've got this in landscape mode. A little bit of liquid glue on the basic black piece. Then we'll layer that over top. Then we'll pop that on some dimensionals. We'll center that on the front of our box here. And then the final piece is I'm going to add a little bow with the basic black scalloped edge ribbon. And the way I did this so that the bow stays put and also out of the way is I just took an 1/8 of an inch circle punch. This is actually retired, but it's a typical hole punch. And I'm just going to punch 2 holes in the upper left corner. Right there, just kind of at an angle. And then I can go ahead and use that to tie a bow. So I'll feed it through the right, back through the left, and then we'll tie this in a bow. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and put our treats in there. And then we can go boo one of our neighbors with this really sweet Halloween door hanger treat. I love this. Super fun for Halloween and obviously so many other holidays. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss my next video. If you're interested in purchasing any of the Stampin' Up! Products I used today, they'll be linked in the description. And I'll also include a link to my detailed blog post with all project details, measurements, and a picture of the template. I'd love to have you come visit me at thepaperpixie.com where I post projects every weekday to inspire you. I have options to subscribe to both my monthly newsletter as well as my daily blog updates, and I'd love to welcome you as a new subscriber. You can shop with me anytime at thepaperpixie.com/shop. And if you'd like a discount on your Stampin' Up! Purchases, the starter kit is the ultimate bundle. And I'd love to welcome you to my team of Paper Pixies. You can purchase the starter kit at thepaperpixie.com/join. If you don't already have a demonstrator and you'd like a complimentary copy of one of our catalogs, you can submit a catalog request at thepaperpixie.com/catalogs, and I'd be happy to get one in the mail to you. If you give this project a try, I'd love to see what you made, so feel free to share it on social media with the hashtag #PaperPixie, and I'll be sure to check it out. Thanks again for watching. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Take care. Bye.